Hey guys, yeah, it's about 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Pacific time on this Monday, the last day in September, Monday, September 30th. And I am just about an hour away from my orientation back at Kohl's. They might just put me back on the floor, knowing my luck. But anyway, I wanted to talk about the recent chapters for Sabrina-Online, basically the Stripes and Links story. And basically, long story short, in the last two chapters, essentially, let me make sure there's nothing on my thing. I had to dump out a little bit of a coffee leaked in my lunchbox, and had to dump it out. But it's leak-proof, so it's okay. I just need to clean it. That's it. But anyway, like I was saying, in the recent updates for the story in the recent chapters, Sabrina tried to essentially get the truth out of her mom. Tried to get her talking, and she. She just did not want to talk and everything, She just did not want to talk. So Sabrina's like, okay, fine, I'll be back, and when I come back, I'll get the story out of you. And I do apologize for that notification there. That is Kohl's, ironically, texting me, saying they can't wait to have me work. But like I said, anyway, like I was saying, basically, she tells her mom, okay, because her mom doesn't want to talk. Her mom's like, no, I don't want to talk about this. No, don't want to talk. So Sabrina's like, okay, Mom, I'll be back. And when I come back, I will get the answers. I'm looking for. So, yeah, her trying to talk to her mom, didn't go anywhere. As I'm just checking. I thought that was my sister's car. But yeah, her talking to her mom didn't really go anywhere and everything. So essentially, that's to be continued. But in the more recent chapter that came out yesterday, we kind of catch back up with Zig Zag and Tina on the road, and we find out that the reason she's going across country, is to meet up with her family, mostly her parents, who, outside of depositing, some money into the funds and everything, doesn't really, talk to them or acknowledge them, except for that one situation, basically depositing money into the funds and all that to help them out, I guess. And she does say, she does tell Tina, yeah, I do get along with some of my family, I do get along with some of them, but not all of them, specifically, like I said, her parents, especially after the history she's had. I mean, she even acknowledges, hey, if I got to deal with one, I got to deal with the other. That's just how it goes. And, basically, it sounds like we're going to be meeting Zig Zag's family for the first time. And I'm sure that Eric had to get some consent from Max Blackrabbit, who is the OG creator of Zig Zag, to make that happen. But yeah, it sounds like we're going to meet her parents, and I think we're going to honestly, things are going to start really revving up and everything, because what I see happening is, again, I stick by what I said about Sabrina's mom and everything, and how I feel Indora has a naughty side that she wants to keep hidden and everything, so I got a feeling that's going to get acknowledged. And I've got a feeling the same could be said for Zig Zag. Like, there's someone, in her family, not her parents specifically. Well, maybe one of her parents, maybe her mom, who knows. But mostly there's someone in her family, past or present, probably in the past, ancestry, if you will, that might have, been, doing things very naughtily, if you will. Had a very naughty past, and Zig Zag kind of inherited that. So we'll see what happens. We'll see, what occurs with that situation. But yeah, Zig Zag basically, along with Tina, is going cross country to meet up with her family and to obviously get some answers as to why she acts the way she does. Why does she, go and basically throw herself affectionately, more wanted or unwanted, onto others? Why does she do this? And again, it might have to do with someone in her family, whether it's a cousin, an aunt, an uncle, one of her parents, mostly her mom maybe, or perhaps even someone from her past, like an ancestor and all that. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. But I can't wait. I can't wait to see how this really develops. And again, I still stick by the fact that Endora has a bit of a naughty past. But you know what I'm also thinking? I'm also thinking there might be a connection. Yeah. Because one of the things that fans, and I think even Eric W. Shorts played around with this artistically, is the fact of whether or not Sabrina and Zig Zag as kids may have crossed paths and they just didn't know it. And maybe this story connects that. Like maybe there's something there to where Sabrina's parents, or at least her mom, may have been friends with Zig Zag's parents, maybe her mom, and they both have that naughty past, that they don't want people to know about. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, it'll be interesting to keep speculating and guessing as to what direction they go in. But if that's the case, that would be a huge surprise. Like, can you imagine how the reaction from Sabrina and Zig Zag when they find out, wait a minute, our moms were best friends, and they were best friends of the naughty variety in college or whatever? Can you imagine that reaction? And then they find out, so our families know each other? That kind of makes us family, legitimately? Or whatever? I mean, to me, that would be interesting to see and interesting to kind of, really, keep an eye out for, in my opinion. But again, to me, it sounds, it sounds like we're going to be in store for the next, I don't know how many more pages or chapters we get, but we're going to be in store for quite an interesting ride when it comes to the story. And I still stick by the other thing, too. I think, honestly, I think he is, being Eric W. Shorts, with the consent of Max Black Rabbit, again, the OG creator of Zig Zag, I think he is honestly, in my opinion, I think he's honestly probably working on a Fur After Dark story. Again, Fur After Dark is the series, is kind of a spin-off series of Sabrina, but for more adults and everything, more for the adults and everything, because it's got more raunchy NFSW kind of stuff. And I mean really raunchy NFSW, but still, I still stick by the fact that he's working on a story to where basically we have Endora and Zig Zag, maybe even Zig Zag and Tina, getting it on with each other, during or after this is all said and done. I can see that. Heck, again, if we find out Endora and, Zig Zag's mom were friends of the naughty variety in college or whatever, we could have a three-way between them in a Fur After Dark series, maybe a four-way if you include Tina. But we'll have to see. We'll just have to see and be patient about, again, what they do and, and go from there. But, again, I've been enjoying what I've been reading because this is something I think a lot of fans have been hoping for with Zig Zag. Again, with the consent of Max Black Rabbit, they've been waiting for some kind of development as to, why she, does what she does. They've been wanting to know, like, okay, why does she do this? Even if it's warranted or unwarranted, wanted or unwanted, why does she do it? Why does she go out and throw herself on people and get intimate with them, to the extreme? Like with the likes of, let's say, Sheila Vixen or Helena Dish or Stacy and Tracy Skunk or, the girl, the hairdresser cat girl, whatever her name is. Why does she get that way? And obviously we're going to get some answers. And again, I think it's going to tie into the fact that the parents, the mothers maybe, both Sabrina and Zig Zag, know each other from the past, and that they both had, naughty histories with each other, probably dating back to the college days. And it's something that they both don't want people to know about. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what, what the result will be, in the future. We'll have to, wait and see. We'll have to wait and see what they do and everything. I'm just walking a little bit because there's somebody across the street talking to somebody on the phone. But anyway, like I said, we'll just have to wait and see what they got planned and what they got in store for these characters. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on the possibility that maybe Sabrina and Zig Zag's moms might know each other, and they might both share a naughty past, if you will. What are your thoughts on that possibility? And what are your thoughts on, the family members that, because again, Zig Zag says in the story there are some she gets along with, and that kind of tells me that there are some family members that accept the fact that, hey, she is the way she is. She has this career now, runs a studio. What are your thoughts on, what are your thoughts on the family members and who they could be that accept her for that? And who do you think the family members, maybe outside of the parents, don't accept her for that? Or at least are impartial to it, kind of like in between. Who do you think they might be? But yeah, again, it's interesting to read what he's doing, and again, can't wait to see what the end result is. And I still believe we might get a Fur After Dark spinoff, with, a Fur After Dark spinoff comic, with Zig Zag and Tina either doing the thing while they're on the road, staying at hotels and stuff, or Zig Zag and Endora doing their thing, or maybe if, again, the possibility that Endora and Zig Zag's mom know each other and have that, naughty, raunchy past, back, from the days maybe in college or whatever. Maybe we get a 3-way, maybe a 4-way with Tina, but we'll have to see. But what are your thoughts, guys? What are your thoughts on all this? Let me know down below. Comment if you like. Live chat during the premiere if you haven't already. Also, check out my content wherever here on the internet. You can check me out at rumble.com at bwroses, odyssey.com at bwroses, VENMO at bwroses. Also, check out my Teespring store for content you can't get anywhere else. Also, check me out at deviantart.com at bvw1979. Also, check me out at all your favorite audio and occasionally video podcast affiliates like iHeartRadio, iTunes, Pandora, Audible, Spotify for podcasters, Spotify, and Radio Public, and much more. But guys, give me your thoughts. Love to hear what you have to think on this. And until then, I'm out.